Boom, yeah. What up? What up? What up? Just getting myself set up. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm just getting my things together. And I will be getting at it in a bit. Let me put the link out. Hit the refresh on this. Copy link. Put this in the Discord. B and enter. Booyah! And let me bring this over here to the screen. Yup, minimize that for now. And then give me one moment. Let me get back to the screen on that. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to CryptoPlunder. My name is J Tragic Jeffrey, and this is Toxic Thoughts, where you get to hear the thoughts of a madman who's looking at the world like it's something to eat. For real, like there is so much cash flow going on everywhere. It's ridiculous, but we can't see it. We just can't see it because the hustles they gave us in school were the ones for robots and automatons and people that want to conform. I'm not a conformist. My mind doesn't conform that way. But I just want to thank everybody for taking time to listen, to hear the insanity that spews from my crazy mind. I'm trying to do a mind dump. I want people to change their thoughts. I think they need to because, as I've been telling some of the richest people in the world for years, I said there is a transition getting ready to happen and people aren't ready. The digital divide, which was those that understood technology and what it could do and those that don't, continues to get wider and wider. And how do you manipulate technology for your benefit if you don't understand how to use it or where it is? Then you're going to get lost in the sauce. And people think the old way of working is still around. Like, it's done. It's a wrap. It's washed. It's been done. The digital age has been here, and it's ripping asunder everything underneath it. Look at how corporations ran. Look at how far as look at your supermarkets. I tell everyone again, Best Buy was a website. Best Buy destroyed something physical called Circuit City. Netflix is a website. It destroyed something physical called Blockbuster. Any website that does real estate is a not real estate. Any website that does travel, any travel website like Expedia and all those other ones, Travelocity, those are all destructive. They destroyed all the real estate. The travel people. They used to be just like you would have real estate people all over the place. There was travel agencies all over the place, and that was how you scheduled your travel. You actually went to a physical place to plan out a trip and to get prices from somebody. You physically went someplace to take a trip. Gone. There used to be at one time to make a phone call, you had to put a quarter someplace, and somebody went around and collected that, and you put your face next to something that you didn't know who the hell's face was there. Imagine that in New York, Philadelphia, California. Imagine that everywhere. And people collected these coins. Gone. So these technologies have been destroying the physical way of life that we know, have been, always have been. And in fact, in the book, our good book, already proved it was going to do that. 666 is in the Bible, right? And 666 is a Linux machine. 666 is the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, www. Right? This W is the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So www, World Wide Web. So we already know it's in there. So we got to understand that it's technology and what it does to us and what we do to ourselves that rips us asunder. With that, the transition is the transition. It ain't going to change. You know, the book planned out what was going to happen. So I look at it as a business person. I'm not getting spooky. This is not about spookiness. You see how I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it real damn plain. Not overhyping that ish, not trying to found no damn religion. Just the fact. And so everything's going digital. So first our jobs went and how we eat went digital. How we now get our entertainment's gone digital. So as artists, we weren't making much anyway. We'll make less. And you just have to figure out the scale of it. It's about getting your awareness out. So now it's changing how you broadcast you. You've been forced to broadcast yourself. I'm an introvert. I don't even like talking to people. I don't even like people. My closest friends will tell you, like, they become like me. Where they're like, I just don't like people. I don't. People are fake. Like, nobody wants to just be real. Like, I'm not doing a show. Like, you see, half the times I'm just rambling. But I'm strategizing an ideal, but it can't be just me. I can't be the only one doing this because this is big. Like, this is markets being created. I'm showing you the markets. I'm like, look, there are multiple markets. All of them are going digital. I'll show you how. And I've been doing it with Bitcoin and blockchain and all that first, right? Really just getting into that. But at some point in time, you got to take those digital profits and make them physical. I've always been thinking about that. I've kept it on my mind. That's why y'all hear me talking about farms. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get farmland because then I can know my cows are healthy and I can get, like, yeah, I still want meat in my life. I'm not going to do it all the time. I still want meat in my life. But I talk about physical things as well as the digital ones. I understand that we have digital fiat, but we've always had digital fiat. My mother at one time had told me when I was a kid, she was never getting a credit card. It was like a bane of the West Indian woman existence, the credit card. Why would I want to get anything on credit when I can just have money? But then that changed. And then I noticed the change. It's the same thing in crypto and the same thing in real estate. All of it is transitioning one direction. Our jobs are transitioning one direction. How we consume entertainment. We all see how it's being channeled. The computer, the TV are merging. The computer, the TV, and man will merge. So with that, your home and what your home looks like is about to change drastically. And in that, y'all, is so much money to be made. I can't even tell you. Because you would never give up real estate. You would literally never sell your real estate again once you figure this out. Like, if everybody's selling, like, been flipping homes, I get you flipping homes, but I've been in my head sitting there going, y'all realize, right, what scarcity is, right? Do you think that we're going to have more humans procreating or less humans procreating? So if more humans are procreating, why are you giving up land? That's real estate. Like, you can't print more land. They're going to have to figure out how to build at sea, y'all. Like, you're going to have to come up with a new way to create new land to get new money because all the land's going to be gobbled up and never given up again. See, they got it. They're getting it now. They're like, wait. But they can't own nothing. Truly. So they got to plant their pirate flags or their corporate flags. So that's what's going on now. Corporate flags are swiping up land everywhere. The same corporate or capitalist structured organizations have just gone on a corporate land binge fest. It's China's doing it, the UK's doing it. That's why land keeps going. And why does rent keep going up? But we're having a real estate shortage. Whatever, right? So we're gonna deal with this, right? We've got a new virtual plus the old real estate merging, new things coming out of it. We're also going to be looking at potentially the rise of what we're going to consider the decentralized real estate business, right? What does business look like if it goes decentralized? Not saying it is yet. We don't even know yet. We're going to kind of hunt and kind of poke around and see, kick the tires. You can see I have my typical stuff up. I'm not going to go through all of this today. We know the jugs is on. Let me just go through it real fast just to look. Market stabilizing there as far as the hash rate. This is how many miners are running their machines. That's still running. What's the fear index? Of course, people are fearful. We're going down as far as the market, but I've showed you why. Like I showed you, McJackass over here I told you we might be trying to get a Batman ears or some ish, right? This person has been manipulating the market. This wallet has over 10,000 Bitcoin. That's over $300 million. And that buzzlehead has been like Bart Simpson heading the market and been playing around with the market because it's just the season of the manipulation. Why? I tell y'all, I've been tracking this since 2017 that Bitcoin has seasons. It's almost as if it's programmed in. And I've kind of told y'all, if you go back and watch the videos, I told you about this dip before it happened, and I even made sure to put it on this chart. It's June 21st of this year. I said that within the week of the 4th of the fourth week of the 4th of July or the week of the 12th, you'd have a dip. Well, look, here it is. Week of the 4th, with the 4th of July week, we had the dip, and the 12th, we had the dip, and it just continued to dip. But I'm saying that the season is going to also have its spike. So right now, I'm not really going to get into too much of the news because the news is going to be manipulated to help this happen. Because they know this happens. They just want to make sure it gets down to the levels they want. And I told y'all, 28K, they'd be fighting to try to make it break 28K. It's not going to go down any further. That's it. This is the only thing they've wanted to flesh out. Is this actually, and I said we might have to touch it one more time before the run up. So that's why I'm not really gonna get too deep and heavy and deep into news today, and we're gonna concentrate on real estate. Because the market's down because Bitcoin's down. And none of the news is gonna matter because the news is gonna fit the narrative it wants to narrate. See? Binance burns hundreds of millions of coins. It should make Binance go up. But the market's not going up. Why? Because Yellen's talking about we need to regulate. So that's why I said the news is going to fit the narrative. So that's why I'm not going to get into the news today. It just doesn't make any sense. But what I will talk about really fast is Coinbase does have the debit card, right? They do have debit cards now that you can now get your money out. My goal is always in a business, when I get into any digital business, when I got into the PayPal, when I believed in PayPal and I was like, all right, PayPal's going to be a way I can make my money, was because it was enter strategy and exit strategy. One, how do I get my money in, typically from a bank account or depositing it through some type of card back in the day? How do I get or getting paid, right, from a client? So I get paid. So that was my main way to get money in, get paid from client. All right, how do I get my money out? I created a PayPal business account. The business account had a debit card. And since I had my debit card, I could cash out, right? So once you have the way I can swipe anywhere or use it online anywhere. Once I have that, I'm pretty much set. Now it's just making sure I have more than one point of failure. So Coinbase is one way out to get money out directly. I'm going to be looking, of course, at multiple other cards that will come out that you can use to be able to, again, get money out directly. Because why? Real estate, digital real estate, is going to look extremely different on multiple fronts. And let me pull this up. So the first thing we've got to do is think about investing. Why I'm bringing this up is because in the Discord, boom, 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 I was getting ready to go live, and we were talking about Airbnb and talking about how we're going to do stuff. And then Blaze and Chill was asking, what's the starting price for this? And I asked price for what? And he was like, to invest, I guess. He doesn't know anything about investment yet. So I said, well, that depends on what you're investing in. And I mean that. I really mean it. Investing can be anything. Anything can be, like, a person can invest in television sets if they repair them, right? They can invest in their time to go, like Gary V was talking about how he got started, right? And I read all of his his autobiography when it first came out, or his first book. And in his book, he had said the fact that what he did was he took his time. His time was an investment. So he would go out and every Saturday go hunting at every yard sale to try to find deals. And then he would take those deals and then sell them, right? So school, he was bored at school because, like I was bored at school, I invested in candy. Like my parents are West Indian. They weren't trying to give me no damn clothes. If I wanted Nikes or whatever, like my mom would put me in corduroy in the summertime and let me go to school. So I was like, they don't get it. They're never going to get it. They don't understand why I need to, quote unquote, make money. Because you've got to look a certain way. And it's no different. It didn't change for me as an adult. If I want a job at a bank, do I walk in there in jeans and a hoodie? No. I got to walk in there in a suit and a tie. I got to have I got to be cleaned up. So if I know that's what I got to do to play the game, you've got to give up. Like when you go for a job or you go to an interview or whatever, even signing the application, you've got to conform to the way they want you to answer questions or they're not going to hire you, right? So you got to almost be intuitive as well. So what is investment? Investing it can be anything. And that's what I was saying here is that, I mean, you could be a stamp collector and earn money. So that's a broad question. Investing is finding value in something where others also see value and will buy it from you later at a profit. So if I was into video games and I bought the video game and I have a copy in pristine like shape, like the DVD or a CD, like from back in the day, like, you know, or even the ones you got now, the discs, right? So even if you have your disc, but you keep it pristine, will it have, like, or if it's a collector edition, you keep that pristine, or you don't open the box. Or it could be something like, not even something like that. It could be a hot game that's getting ready to come out by Christmas time that you know ahead of time, and then when it comes out, you start buying multiples of it. So then this way, when Christmas comes around and people want to get it on eBay and they're willing to pay a higher price, you then sell it on eBay for a higher price. That's investing. It just depends on what your investment is and how you find profitability in it. The dope man is an investor in the very short form of a business. Like, because I'm sorry, we all know that the drug game is a very short game. My homeboys all learned that ish, and their fathers learned that ish, and their fathers' fathers learned that ish. We're still figuring it out because we don't have much hustles where we come from. This digital one is kind of the only playing field if you know how to utilize your electricity or your phone properly. Are you using your phone to be able to scale out your internet? Are you invested in internet? Do you have broadband? Can you work broadband-based jobs for profit? Whether it be graphics, whether it be in music. There's plenty of reasons or ways to invest. Your time is an investment. If you write a PDF or you make an ebook and you get it out and it helps people, or you make recipes if you're a chef and you sell it, you're investing time and flipping your time as an investment. These are the blessings that we can do with investment, right? So flipping, like I said, so flipping candy in school when I was a kid was investing. I'd buy a bag, open it, and sell it individually. So I buy stock or crypto of businesses that seem to make other businesses money. Now, that's the biggest hustle I learned from my staff sergeant who told me to buy Microsoft. He said, buy Microsoft. And I was like, why? We're using it, idiot. Like, we're using it to run our military. If we're using this to run our military, people are going to run their businesses with this. People are going to bring this home because they're going to work from home, because they're going to have the same tool in the office that they can now have at home. They just have to buy a computer for the house. And I thought that was so stupid. I didn't get it. I was young. My investment at the time was in cars and clubs to meet women. And of clothes, of course, because I gotta look flossy. Everybody's doing the same game. It's the same hustle. It ain't never changed. In the 70s, they wore their zoot suits, right? Look at Malcolm X back in the day when he was quote unquote pimping. We've got to look at these hustles and just see that we've just been hustled. We've been wearing the hustle. Haven't we been wearing the brands? The flags, the pirate flags. So we've got to understand that. That's why I say I buy Microsoft, Apple, Amazon Web Services, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin. These are infrastructures. They're networks. They're series of computers that talk to each other. They're doing dumb things right now. Could they do better things in the future? Yes, it's processing power. When don't we believe in processing power? Ask yourself the last time you were on social media. Are you not on YouTube right now? Listening to my black ass? Well, no, I'm not black. I am black only by the legal definition of black. Right? But you're listening to me on a network of computers that are streaming data. My computer streaming to YouTube's computer, streaming to your computer. We all got IP addresses. We're all on this network. It's the internet work. Well, the internet work is becoming a utility, meaning it becomes invisible like electricity. When it becomes invisible like electricity, then it's just what you're doing with it. So what are you immediately seeing? That's why all the businesses don't get it. These jobs, I want to be a boss. Bossa man don't understand that you can't be bossa man no more. No. It's a wrap for that. You got a computer at home. There's no reason to drive to another damn computer, stupid. And when these stupid idiots figure it out, because right now they're too stupid to figure that ish out, believe you me, I know this because I work with venture capitalists. I work with these so-called smart people with money, and they're dumb as dog shit. Like, good Lord. No disrespect to some of y'all, because some of y'all got sense, because some of y'all came from the same strife. Money didn't change you. And money shouldn't freaking change you. It's just a digit that flips, and it doesn't even really freaking belong to you. So what is investment? Investment is, where is the interest, right? Interest. That's a key word. We gotta, like MG says, we gotta word connect sometime. Follow the money, follow the interest. Interest as in not percentage, but the percentage of people that are interested in it. Follow the money. If you knew in the 70s that if you saw around and saw in the 70s, like Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you saw in the 70s, in his time, he said that people thought franchises were scams. So as McDonald's and all these things that we're all so freaking used to now, people thought they were scams back in the day. We understand those franchises. We understand what a franchise is. You get a percentage, but you got to put some upfront money. You got to put some sweat equity unless you're scaling it out and you know how to have a good hiring team, or you trust McDonald's or whomever to hire the staff to run it, because you ain't trying to do that. You just want to make more interest on your money because you've got money sitting around not doing shit. And that's the thing, is that you're taking money that you have, not doing nothing, and you're making it do something. Make your money, make your money. You're not supposed to be working for money. That's a dumb ass idea. You're gonna get old. What? Your mind could not stop if you don't want it to. See, people been trained to think that they're going to retire. I ain't gonna ever retire. That's a wrap. Like the inflation ain't never gonna stop. I'm just not going to be as mobile, so I'm positioning my businesses for me not having mobility. Look, I can lose my legs. I have a homeboy that got paralyzed because we were supposed to hang out and smoke. So it changed my life. That's why I got on computers. I was like, well, niggas is still popping out here. So I'm going to look at computers because you don't need to catch a bullet and make money. And none of the homeboys on my block were even remotely interested in the computer. So they're just like, whatever. You can put my music out? Sure, man. Cool. Now I became a radio station. It's just perception. It's a digital perception, what you invest in. I invested my time in computers. I learned how to build them. Now I can build any kind of hardware I want. I'm going to continue to do that because now hardware is getting smaller. So now I'll invest in hardware to do things on the blockchain that'll make me money. I don't care. They'll figure out what to do. I'll just shore up the hardware because hardware is spreading out. Again, now it's still talking about real estate. I'm talking about business and work and all the other, but I'm still talking about real estate. So the sneaker flippers are investors. You can buy art, right? You can sell art. You can invest in the future hardware, blockchain, what I just finished talking about, the little Raspberry Pis doing something, earning money. Buy what you know and grow from there. I know computer hardware because that's what I know. And I just keep finding new things to do with hardware and software. As people are now putting money into hardware and software business in a more decentralized way, which makes sense to me, instead of me just saying, hey, Google, I'm going to wait till you get all the wealthy people in the world rich before you get to the stock market. And then by the time it's there, it's so priced out of my contention that I can only get one share. And that one share, if it goes up $1,000, gives me how much money? Not much. So that's why I look at the stock market. I'm like, that's interesting, but you're making other people money. Put the stock in you first. The stock market is not where you make money first. The real estate market ain't where you make money first. It's where you take your money and let it earn more interest, but that interest still going to be low. What's the percentages? But I mean, we're now going to look at, once we look at real estate, we can look at the tech that will go into real estate, helping you get some more interest even if the place is empty, which is why most of these places are empty. But we'll get there. And so he asked me about pyrite, right? So the stone. So I say, so I told him invest in it and invest in it. So the pyrite, invest in it and build a brand on Etsy, right? Get it out there. Selling the ones you don't want to keep yourself. So like I learned this from I keep everything kind of street. So I'm sorry, y'all, if you're a little higher up or higher collar than me. I'm a street kid, kind of, so I'm sorry. I know I sound real, proper. I come from a British family, like, as far as like my family is like, some of my family's in England. My family is raised in the Caribbean underneath the queen and the crown, right? So you got to understand that I'm gonna speak proper, but I'm, don't change the street thoughts that I have in my head. So I'll tell you the idea I have is if I see like one of my homeboys that used to flip the green, right? He used to flip the green, and then what he would do is he would make sure he get the best kind of product, right? And then what he would do is sometimes he'd keep that for himself, and sometimes he would let that go. If he let it go, he let it go for a higher price because it was his personal stuff, and he didn't want to give up his personal stuff. So then he would get more stuff to just pad out for the other people that wanted stuff from him, but he'd make sure it's still good. He'd test it. He'd be like, all right, that's for them. Let me go make sure I get my stuff from my friend. Like, get my stuff. So that's how he worked. So he worked at getting good stuff for him. He had the places that he could always get decent stuff. So then he would just sell the stuff that he didn't want himself. That was his business. So in there, that's the same business. So you buy, if you like Pokemon, right? Or you like, let's say you like anime toys, and you buy a bunch of them, and then it, like, the character you like blows up for some reason, or and you time it because the anime is about to let certain things go, and those toys are about to blow up because those characters are now coming back and haven't been talked about in a while, and you buy those characters before the anime comes out. See, that's an investment. All of these investments, all of these ideas and investments are just ideas. You just got to learn to flip the baseline, your fiat. Right? So I showed him, I was like, on eBay, you can see online, I showed him, there's a link. And on there, I showed him, this is the sold column. These are all, when you go on the conditions, I just click the sold listing. So these are all the things that had sold for the rock that he was asking about. Right? And then, of course, Noel's talking about the fact that VR is going to be the only place where normal folks can buy virtual assets. VR is going to be the world of the virtual assets. Yes. It's going to be huge on that course. But also, we got to look at the virtual assets and the physical assets are about to merge. So let's get into it, right? Robert Kiyosaki taught a mind state in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. He has cash flow quadrant. In there, you're either an employee, you're a business, or you're self-employed, right? You've got business owner, and you've got investor. Now, employee takes their time to make money, right? A self-employed person also takes their time to make money. So who's self-employed? If you're freelancing on your own, a web designer, graphic designer, you do things for that's self-employed. Especially if you don't have a job that's making you money. You're being self-employed, right? If you're a business owner, well, you'll have employees that'll earn you revenue. Now, your employees could also be other revenue streams, right? So other systems that can work for you. So that can be affiliate networks, things of that nature. And then, of course, the investor, right? This person takes money to make money. That's investing. Taking money to make money. It's just what you invest in. Sometimes you have to put on multiple hats as an investor. So it's not you just, hey, I take my money and I buy said stock and I pray, put my hands together and I pray. That's kind of the stock market to me. I say, hey, company, I think you're going to go up because you should go up because I like you and everybody should like you. Let me put my hands together, give you $1,000 and pray. Well, the market goes up and down. Did you buy at the top of the cycle or at the bottom of the cycle? Right? For me, I show you with Bitcoin. I can show you in, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me jump over to my my screen and right now. Oh, there it is. That's why. Right? How, like, if I understand an asset, like I understand Bitcoin, what I understand how it plays. Why? I played Bitcoin back here. And I've seen my time before Bitcoin started and my time as I got into the cycle and got into Bitcoin heavy in 2017, 2018. And then the whole cycle that was dead and boring. And then seeing it come back, play the same game. I understand the cycle of it. And that's how I was able to make these calls. So what I do is I invest based on where I see the cycle at. Hey, we're at a halvening cycle. What happened the last halvening cycle? Hey, the last halvening cycle, Bitcoin was way down here. Bitcoin shot way up here. Hey, this halving cycle, Bitcoin started way down here, and we're not at November yet. So when's the good time for me to invest? When Bitcoin showed where it was stabilizing. And I go ahead and grab it at this point. At a medium point right now, it is bouncing off a tremendously important line. But this line has already proved itself, so I'm not worried about it because it proved it back here. I know we're getting ready to run up. Why? Because I understand the cycle of the asset I'm in. I understand the technology. I understand these are servers. These servers have to be upgraded every halvening cycle because every halvening cycle, the miners that have these machines lose half of the revenue they just earned every cycle. It gets cut in half. So it would not make sense to buy more machinery if you're not going to make as much or more money than you did last cycle, right? So if you understand the technology, or understand the investment that you're in, you understand how to work your businesses on it. So as myself, I understand that I need to be multiple hats in my investments. Sometimes I'm just the investor and I give money to a company and I'm just going to wait and see. Sometimes I'm the business owner where I'm investing in freelancers to help me get a project done. Sometimes I'm the freelancer doing all the work for myself and being the employee because I got to do all the work. Sometimes that's just how it runs, right? But we also got to learn to be investors. So what does that mean? We already know you can't put your money in the bank and hope that the bank is going to give you better interest rates. No. So you can start off with investments as simple as putting your money someplace that will earn. One of those places, if you have it in your state, is getting into Prosper or any of these lending facilities where you can loan money. So I can loan money out to people that need money and I can get a percentage rate. Now, in this market, that would be kind of risky. The better one would be potentially Betterment. Prosper is good when you don't have so much bearish stuff going on. Like right now, the market is at all-time highs and jobs are at all-time lows. So this is not the good time because this relies on people having jobs. And I already know I'm not putting more money in. I'm just letting my money just make more loans and collect more debt. But I'm not doing much more than that in this cycle of the whole overall economy. So when I tell you that I understand the analog of the world, I tell you this because I have money in Prosper. I know how much I'm earning in the loans I lend out, and I know how many people are defaulting. So I know the analog is having a problem. I went from 11% interest rate to anywhere between 3 to 5% interest rate. That's not up, that's down. So that's jobs, that's defaults, that's I can't pay my bills. So I keep this going because now I have a pulse to the physical market. So when I'm talking to you about crypto, I'm talking to you about crypto because I understand the banking side of the economy as well, in real time. So what's the next thing you can do? Well, the next thing you can do is probably give it to another investment house and let them invest it. I like Betterment, right? That's another place that you can put money in, right? You can put money in there and earn on that. I also tell y'all to put money on your on Coinbase, right? Because Coinbase has APYs of 4%. And if you don't want to deal with the market fluctuations, you have DAI, which is a network. All of these are networks. I understand that now. And you're just staking for the network. So you can earn 2%, and this is pegged to a stable coin or $1 or US dollar. So you can just take $1,000. It'll still be $1,000, but it'll be earning 2%. So if you're risk avoiding or in risk avoidance, you can do that. Or you can put it in USDC and earn 0.15% APY now. And in the fall, because they'll be doing some more DeFi stuff and earning interest, this will go to 4% APY. So again, you'll be earning 4% APY. So you'll be earning more than you'll get at a bank. So it's just taking your money and making more money. Like, these are the ways you'll do it before you get deeper into the real estate game. Now, there's another level of this of investing in real estate, and it's these REITs, right? That's what is it? Because I'm not into this. I'm learning about them, but real estate, what do they call it? REITs, real estate investment trusts, right? So I know there's on the stock market, there's real estate ETFs that earn dividends. So you can actually get into dividend plays. Dividends get you revenue that get into your pocket. So you can even do ETFs that earn you revenue that put dividends into your pocket, like you earn. So it's about taking your money and letting it earn. Now, again, that's real estate, that's property, and that's whether or not these real estate companies understand they're going to need to be tech companies soon. If they don't understand that, then there's again another opportunity to buy from some of these companies when they fail. That's what I'm hedging on. That's why I'm planning this cycle the way I'm planning it. I tell you, Bitcoin is crashing in November. I tell you that so that you understand that when this rises up, don't get gassed. When it goes to 100K, it's time to start getting out and going to the pegged dollar, USDC or USDT, and holding until April and buying back when it comes back down to a decent price. But now you'll be back in having more than what you started with. It's about riding the waves. So with real estate right now, I'm not in real estate yet, but I am eyeing where my digital money is going to go. Because I understand that virtual reality and how much money will be made in the virtual world. Well, we can't just leave it there. We have to pull it out and make things physical with it. Right? So take your fiat and do fiat things with it. Physical things. Physical assets. So one of those things that I'm looking at is Fundrise. Again, I could be an affiliate for them as far as putting links out, but I'm not. But for like $500, they'll put your money into their portfolios and of real estate that can earn you streams of revenue, right? And they give you for $1,000 investment, $5,000 investment. So they don't even do 500 anymore, huh? So now the minimum investment is 1,000, right? So there you go. For $1,000, you can get into real estate. It depends on whether or not you're looking outside your boxes. Get out of your box. Like, stop thinking your neighborhood is it. It's that, like, I lived in multiple neighborhoods. I've moved so much from the military, being a military kid, being military, and just being me, because I get bored now being in places. So even now, I still want to move around. But now I want to move around into places I own. Grow them out, build them up, get them prepped, roll on out. This is the strategy for the next 10 years for my real estate, blah, 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 blah. This is how it makes money if nobody's in there. Because real estate didn't make sense because my liability was if I get a single family home, if nobody's in the single family home, how do I pay the mortgage? It has to come out of pocket. No, it has to come from my tenant. So what you have to end up doing is saving the money that the tenant is giving you for the times where it's dry. My thing is, well, then that's not a great investment because what if you have a bad downturn or the market shifts on you? Or what I saw coming with computers, automation coming. So that means less and less jobs. And there's going to be a point where they can't keep up with the jobs that are necessary and the jobs fall away and the machines will eat them all up because they're physical and they're repetitive and they're automaton work. And the automaton work will get phased out as computers get better at doing these menial tasks. then you have to pivot and say, well, then what is my goal or my job when I become George Jetson? Remember, I keep telling y'all, they said this since the Jetsons. It was in the cartoon since the Jetsons for me. There's going to be a world where it's going to be AIs and you better figure out how to make money because people are flying in the air and getting off the ground. So for me, I just try to keep my businesses and how do I make revenue through every transition, because at some point, automation is going to eat up everything. So here again, where you take your money in digital, find places to have it gainfully employed and do work for you with people that know how to make money in it. Real estate blockchain. I put this up and I left this up because I wanted you to see how I begin a thought process of how I start doing my research. How I begin is just something simple for me. I believe blockchain technology is going to be the core technology that changes everything. I think that is the underlying technology for the next revolution, the underlying data structure or database. It's the new database. It's the next database, right? I think it's the hugest database, and we're just trying to figure out who's going to rule the database world with it. Who's going to be Oracle? Who's going to be the MySQL? Who's going to be the number one database? Right now, we're trying to figure that out. We already know we can use certain tools to interact with certain graph databases, and we need it to be a graph database. It can't be a relational database because social networks or social data structures or data apps or data applications are based on distributed data or graph-based data. So we know that. So I put blockchain at every search because I want to know how it transitions or changes the reality of wherever it is. Because just like internet, I did that with internet when internet was the biggest thing. Like these internet, I was like, okay, well, how's the internet going to change real estate? How is internet going to change travel? How's internet going to change? And that's how I began looking at which companies to invest in. So like blockchain, I'll say, well, how is blockchain changing banking? How's blockchain changing gaming? How's blockchain going to change the workplace? How's blockchain going to change travel? How's blockchain going to change how we live, actually, right? Not even just travel, like citizenship. How does that change citizenship? Because if I have a wallet that is universally acknowledged, right? Because Bitcoin or US dollar Tether or USDC is a universally acknowledged coin, or Ethereum is a universally acknowledged coin now, as far as internationally, I should say, worldly, our world. I shouldn't say universally, but our worldview of it is these are the acknowledged things. Well, these things are going to have networks that are connected to each other, and these networks are going to matter. So what is it going to do to real estate? I clicked on a few links as you see here, and I found an article, how blockchain technology is changing real estate. So then what I do is I take their high level bullets, and what jumps out at me is that I'll see platforms and marketplaces. So then immediately in my head, I'm like, who's going to be the Zwillow taking their data and having digital real estate on the chain? Or what else can go on with that? Marketplaces, like who's the next Airbnb on chain? Right? These are the questions that will start spilling out, that you'll start looking for those tokens now. Finding them when you have these deal times when Bitcoin is down. Like now we're talking about real estate. Well, I'm going to start hunting for some real estate coins. I'm not going to do that in this video. That'll be a 17-hour video. But I'll let you know any results I find. But yeah, I'll be looking at marketplaces. So Atlan has developed a platform that uses blockchain. Now this article is from, I don't think it has a date. So let me see, is that, okay, here we go. Yes, it does. From 2020. So a good thing about finding, keeping an eye on the dates of whatever article you're on is because now you can see and say, hey, if anything is on here, are they still around? Because that's telling too. Not a lot of people can last in crypto a length of time, like a year. A year in crypto is a long time, especially a year in crypto. Well, a year in crypto next year is going to be a long year. A year in crypto this year is not so bad because we're on a run up. We're going to be doing a run the rest of this year till the end of the year. So yeah, what platforms and are they still around? No intermediaries, brokers, lawyers, banks. Okay, so now look at that. What they're saying here on Investopedia, which was here before blockchain was even a word, brokers, lawyers, and banks. So what this already tells me is who's going to get attacked. So in this thing called blockchain, when it deals with real estate, lawyers are already affected. That means blockchain is going to affect lawyers not just in real estate. Isn't it going to affect them in every contract they do? This is just one contract. You know, smart contracts, like we had phones, they were dumb. Now we have smart phones. Well, we had contracts that were dumb. Now we have smart ones. Like we have the websites are dumb. Well, we'll have smart websites. There are wallets now. It's starting to become, everything's going to be smarter. Everything's going to be smarter and tied to money. And that data and money is going to be tied to data. It's already tied to data. We are just figuring it out. And we're getting access to the data. And now we can build businesses on top of that earn us money. We just got to figure out how to make money out of whatever data we need. See? Investing. You got to sometimes invest time and then find out these strategies and then invest in maybe the technology to make them happen. So yeah, we're going to be looking at lawyers and banks, which are already going to be struck multiple ways with DeFi, and then the brokers. And brokers are just like the travel agents that got usurped, right? We had travel agencies, like I told you, and the travel agencies are basically gone because of the websites, because of the internet. Well, blockchain, another form of an internet, is going to destroy more people that are in the way. There's no need for you if the contract can do the work. So yeah, it's going to be borderless and nobody's in the center of or in the middle. It's a trustless economy, just like the money is trustless. There's no money. There's nobody. If I send you Bitcoin, nobody can get in the middle of that right now. If I know your wallet address and it's directly to a wallet you control, it's not the exchange, well, that money went right to you. Nobody got in the middle of that. It went from me to you. Everybody else just verified it did. And made sure the money went to your account. That's it. Just verification that it happened. Liquidity. Real estate has long been considered an illiquid asset since it takes time for sales to conclude. That's interesting. This isn't the case with cryptocurrencies and tokens since they can, in theory, be readily traded for fiat currencies and exchanges. So we're seeing this also. This is interesting, right? This is an interesting statement because we're seeing this in with Jay-Z and Rockefeller and the selling of rights to an asset, the album, Reasonable Doubt. So there is an asset, a piece of property that is going on chain and it's being blocked because another asset holder, Jay-Z, is blocking that from happening. He doesn't want anybody being able to hold that. Of course not. He wants it for himself, but he doesn't want to sell it to him. He'd rather sell it to somebody else and let Jay-Z work it out the other way. But everybody knows that then the catalog is going to be, once it gets on the market, it's going to be priced out of Jay-Z's contention to wanting to buy. He's going to want to buy low and then sell that piece himself high and get that money for himself. I mean, he's a businessman. He's about his business, man. But now what we're looking at is real estate will help make those things kind of happen for musicians as well, because your property, your asset, your masters are just like property. So it's, as far as the bank is concerned, and it's always 5 times earnings if you want a loan on your assets. So how you can token. What happens if you tokenize real estate? Now, if I want to sell out, I can sell portions of the asset out, or I can get other people to buy in, so I can I can then take a piece of property I have. Hold on. We're about to do a business right now, y'all. Hold on. We're doing a business right now. Check this out. I get a piece of property, right? I upgrade it. It starts earning money because I make sure that it does something on chain and earns revenue. So now the house makes money on its own. Now, if I want to Airbnb it or do something else with it, it can do that as well and earn as well. And I can also turn it into something as a premium location, as we were talking in the Discord about vacation type places. Turn it into some type of premium location and make more money on it, right? Especially if it's a destination type event, not just I'm going to a regular Airbnb. No, I'm going to a specialty Airbnb. Or what about an Airbnb on the blockchain? Huh? All right. So those are just business ideas. Again, I throw them out. These are $1 million. I know those are all $1 million ideas. Even the fact that of making an Airbnb on the blockchain and having all that data on chain, so you can even have the negative reviews that these people are doing, so you can ban people from even being at your location. Like, make Airbnb not only better for yourself, make it transparent so that everybody can see what's going on with the people that are going to come rent the place, but the people that you're renting from, and everything's transparent. The Airbnb can't hide the bad reviews from the people that are the real estate people, right? The people that hold the real estate, because they get preferential treatment, just like all major sellers do. Major companies always get more preferential treatment than the regular people. And that's one thing that blockchain is supposed to levy the playing field for. So that's why right now, yeah, we'll get into these very centralized cryptocurrencies until we, the people, decide to decentralize ourselves on the ones that decide to keep it decentral. You put money in the things that you're interested in. I'm interested in more decentralization, more privatization. I buy into those coins. I want my transactions more private. I buy into private coins. I put my money in the privacy. So having liquidity on your actual real estate property and it be on chain, that's going to make more sense. If I want to buy more real estate, what can I then do? I can offer up percentages of the revenue that's coming in, and then say, like, I can give you like almost like not a timeshare, but almost a timeshare, right? That's a new idea of timeshare. Could come out of that, where it's like, hey, for a limited time, you could earn this much interest from this property, and I can lend it to you because I want the capital now. And you can recoup your investment and get this much, and it's a timed event. And then if you want it, you can rent the time again, or somebody wants to outbid you because the performance is getting better. Right? So you could turn this into a new business. Again, these are new ideas. These are things that could happen. I'm looking at them now because I'm talking them out with you, right? These are ideas for liquidity in real estate that could happen. Here we go. Fractional ownership. I'm thinking fractional timed ownership though, right? Because then I don't like giving up anything forever. I don't want to be tied to a dumbass forever. Like, you never know who's going to be an investor on the other side of the investment. And you could have a jackass investor. So my thing is that I don't want to have to, if I don't have to deal with you long, I don't want to have to deal with you, right? So then it could be fractional timed ownership, where I can offer some timeshares, or if there's people that are particular that I'm like, yo, you like, we always invest together, you are an amazing person to work with, I can have permanent ownership rights with certain things and say I can switch them over to permanent. Because these are the kind of things we can do with these contracts. We can start thinking of our real estate more like software, and not think of them as of a shell that just feels somebody just there to breathe inside of it. That's the change we begin to do. Decentralization. Blockchain commands trust, security, decentralized technology. Yeah, so we could decentralize things. People that try to fraud attempts. right? People that are trying to do fraud or defraud you from real estate. This is a great way to stop that. This is great for real estate that you're doing foreign real estate. So like even trying to invest in foreign lands can be haphazard for folks. Like you could try to, let's say if you, there's been times, and I've seen this happen, and a friend of mine told me about it. He was investing in China, and he was investing in a warehouse, and he had got everything done, did everything right, and then somebody, once he got it rolling, somebody swooped in and yanked it right from underneath him. And legally, then the government it's just corruption. All the paperwork, they did everything to make it look like it sold. The people that was working with in China were in on it, and boom, lost it all. Put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the business and lost it all. This stops things like that from happening, because now you're not dealing with the local authorities. You've got a transparent ledger that's being validated by a system of machines that are not centrally controlled. This will lower the costs, right? So blockchain lowers the cost of everything. All technology can lower the cost because you're not dealing with people and bottlenecks. That's really all this is. If you get rid of people and bottlenecks, you lower inefficiencies. You can now think more efficiently. How does this business look like without anybody in my way, and just me and the person that I need to deal with the money transaction happening in the fastest possible way? That's where we're at now. That's what we're all getting with this technology. We all get this. So that means we all can integrate this in our businesses, and we all reap our benefits, leaps and bounds. Because we're doing this before it becomes mainstream. You're beginning to think like this before this becomes the main way that you have to think. It's just jarring because we're watching the shift happen. You're watching it break. Just like I watched Best Buy break. Just like I watched, because I worked in the retail. I worked for a company called Caldor that was going out of business because of the internet. Best Buy was kicking their ass. Circuit City was kicking their ass, and they couldn't do nothing, and it fell apart. So the next thing I clicked on my search was built-in, and it had 17 blockchain companies boosting the real estate industry. Some interesting things. Property Club, Manage Go was another one. Blockchain for real estate property owners. Real Blocks, using blockchain in real estate to create new avenues for real estate investing. Tokenization of of assets. Again, the tokenization of assets. So where I showed you this Fundrise is kind of like the old school. It's new. It's a new idea, but it's really the old guard holding on to their business model. Now they could be getting into blockchain, they could, but they didn't go that route. They went a different route. My thing is that I would look at who's their competitor that's already on chain. And then I would begin to look at their assets and start grading the locations and the locales. I actually have a affiliate network that I'm working with that does real estate software. I just need them to fix a few things, and then I'll definitely be talking about it with y'all. But I am working on the software with the company to help it really do and target the things I want to look and see. Shelter zone. So again, look, there's a lot of companies. If you start to begin to let Google tell you what's available, right? So hold on one second. I just gotta check. Oh, it's not important. Looks like it's not important. I'll check on that. All right, so Crypto Reality Group, the lending coin. I guess they're trying to be like the lending club. But yeah, just be careful if you do decide to, look at any of these things. Just really dig, do your due diligence, know who's behind it, know the team. But again, these are things that this is the path I'll be walking on my own, but I wanted to get y'all started with me, right? Show you how I'm beginning my search. also blockchain and commercial real estate, million acres, blockchain real estate. So it's interesting. Another way to do it, again, also a big way to do it, is go to the news section of Google. So I just click that and open it in a new window. Then you'll have things like this, and just kind of like look and see who's there, what are they doing, are they buying physical real estate, who's behind it, how are they offering tokens, things of that nature. So another thing that we were talking about in the Discord were things to do with the homes that you do decide to purchase, right? So some revenue streams are like what I saw was cabins. So let me open up this, right? And this is in Atlanta. So these are people that are they have their cabin homes. Well, or barn. That looks like a damn barn. Yep, it is a barn. You can get a barn. So like there's weird things that you could potentially, isolation, vacation. So so definitely there's other things that I've seen. So like here, let's check and see if they tent, right? Let's see what's the okay, so there you go. Tents. Right? So, and then that's $146 a night. So depending on what your tent looks like, you've got tent hustle. Right? So imagine, so think of it this way. I'm now looking at pieces of property that have really nice, out of the way locales. But what I want to also, because also, if you do decide to get into this hustle, please be sure to think about security. Think about security for the people that are there. Think about security as far as sensors and things that you can do extra for the people that are going to be at your location, right? So then again, that's how you can justify higher price points, because people are paying for for an ultra safe trip. Nobody wants to go anywhere and potentially be violated or hurt. So again, that's one thing there. Another thing I saw, and it was wild. It was in the Discord. Let me go on the Discord really fast to see who brought this up. Escobar. It was you, Escobar. So this one's for you, Esco. I actually looked, and I was like, I wonder if there's actually some mud houses on Airbnb. And that doesn't look like a mud house. That can't be a mud house. Hold on. No. That's a historic mud house. I guess. Okay. I guess. But here we go. Earth house, right? Earth house. There you go. There's the word you're looking for. So you're looking for the word earth house, right? And there you go. $139 an ounce. So if people that learn to build these earth houses and then want to have them as vacation spots and have like earth house villas. So if that's what you want to do and you want to cater to that crowd, again, if you can find good locales that you want to do this at, again, my thing is security, putting the cameras up. Again, why do you want to do all this? You want to put the networks and the cameras up because you want to not only make sure people are secure for themselves, but you also want to have security for your assets that are remote from you. You want to be able to give information if anything was to happen, or have eyes on so you can send police to shit. So, of course, you also got to do that within the law of privacy for your tenants or the people that are vacationing there as well. So this is a fine line that has to be between protecting the asset and protecting privacy. But there's laws for that, and you just work within the law. So there you go. Mud homes that you could also rent out as an Airbnb hustle. And then I also, because this is Musical Geniuses, I said, I want to know about recording studios. Well, I thought, wait a minute, what about a place that if you wanted to set up a dope place for somebody to work on their music by themselves? Boom, yow, boom, yow. So you can have recording studios for people, and that thing, for me, I think this is going to be one of the biggest things I want to work on, right? This is going to be one of my biggest projects. Is I want a recording studio in every state. Literally, I want a private recording studio in every state. Why? Because then I have a place to record anywhere I want, anytime I want. If I go someplace, I mean, I'll always have it because I'll have my own computer to do my own work. But if I want to do some work like mixing, mastering, or I have a project to work on and I'm in a certain locale, well, I can say, okay, I can schedule and get a location. So again, these are things you see, these are businesses that are available right now that are happening, right? So Big Boy recording studio home with Airbnb. See, these are taking your real estate and earning extra residuals. Don't give up your property. See, we lost all our land and we got to understand we can't get it back the physical way we want. Nobody's ever going, the papacy is never going to give up the land grants. And you know, if we try to do it with any form of aggression, that's going to be an enactment of war. You know, then the drones come out. So I already know the game. I know the gaff. I'm just not playing the bobo. I'm bypassing it. I'm like, okay, I understand now. If I want generational wealth, I need to be a corporation. Got it. My corporation can have a trust. Got it. So I can split my money between corporation and a trust. So even deeper. I can now only pay me. So now my straw man, my straw man only gets paid a little bit of money. My check gets left inside a company. And the dividends get kicked out to an IRA attached to a trust. Got it. See the game? I don't get paid. My companies get paid. I get it. See, you have to do that when you're retired. See, that's called estate planning. You just do it up front. It's called good business. So I want to take digital fiat, USD coin, US dollar coin, US dollar tether that's pegged to a quote unquote dollar that gets printed a lot, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that digital fiat, I'm going to flip it into physical things, this being one of my projects, that I have studios that people can record in. I'm just going to not do it with a quote unquote Airbnb. I'm going to do it with a blockchain company that has transparency of how the owners are doing and the people that are visitors are doing. I want perfect transparency, and I don't believe Airbnb can offer me that. So if I'm going to put my residential real estate up as a commercial venue that way, then that's how I'm going to do it. See, that's going to change how I do real estate. That's the change for you to do real estate. Is to think of it as a digital, consistently paying asset from Ripper, like off rip. I might be called Crypto Scarface, but don't get it twisted. I'm just looking at crypto to get fiat. Once I get fiat, I'm putting it in physical things. And once it's in physical things, I want those physical things to earn residuals. More crypto or more fiat. And if I can do both at the same time, which I can if I own the properties, I can put things in the property locked away that earn crypto. You can have outdoor lock cages that are sealed away in cabins or little rooms. Solar arrays, all types of, there's plenty of ways to do this, y'all. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said, farmland. Like, y'all don't get it. I've already figured out how to make farmland profitable in a digital way. Here, I'll give it to you, because I think all of y'all need to think about this one too. Farmland, what do you get? You get open land, which then needs grazing. What happens when you put trees up around grazing areas? Don't you get a funnel of wind? Okay, so what can I now do? Can I put up double helix fans? What I mean by that is, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all a little hustle. This is also real estate. Alibaba, right? Because I give y'all practicality. I don't got time for the other bobo. Say helix wind. I don't know what I. There we go. Wind generators. Look at these. Look at the price. Look at the price. It's gone down. This is the one I was looking at before, right? So like these catch it 360 degrees and generate watts of power, right? What does Bitcoin run on? Is it not run on wattage? No. What is the one thing every location in the world has? Wind. So if I put these on a farm and I put solar on a farm and I got cows crapping their ace house, right? That gives me poop. Poop turns to methane. Methane is a gas. Gas move turbines. Turbines make energy. Energy gets stored in what? Collectors or batteries. What is a house if not the largest battery on the planet? Get it? When I tell you this is a digital play, I'm telling you, real estate is the largest digital infrastructure play on the planet today. And everybody is buying it, and every place is empty because they can make money without you being there. My job is for you to make money and be there. Like, go to a studio, one of mine, and be able to record your music and mix and master, or go to one of my locations to mix and master, and you're at a certified location that we know has been treated right. And then you can get projects, right? See, that's my hustle. If I can bring work to neighborhoods through a physical way. I gotta own studios, right? Okay, just the studios change. I didn't say the studio was a rap. I just think the way that they're done needs to change. I think we're just going to all be working in a very more transparent visual way. But how we do this real estate thing is going to change, because anybody who ain't doing this ain't doing real estate. Anybody that's talking to you about real estate, they can't talk like this. And if they start talking about like this now, if they start talking about it like this now, and you know who I'm talking to you, because I know you watching. And I'm talking to you. It's not the tribe. This is somebody in particular. If you start talking like this, I'm going to call you out on it, bruh. Because you're not talking like this. I'm watching your content change, bro. Stick to real estate. Stick to your old ass real estate, bro. Stick to that old way of doing it. You're scared of tech. Don't do this. Don't go here. You don't want this. Right? We are doing a different thing. We are doing a different strategy. This is a strategy our tribe is rolling out. Keep your land, y'all. Don't let them come up off your land, but start tying it into your corporations. Y'all got to be pirates out in these waters with these pirates. These pirates got pirate flags. They're called corporate logos. They've got lobbies to be able to make sure their interests are done the way they want them to. Where is our interest? Where's our lobbies? Oh, we ain't got no lobbies, really, because we ain't got no real businesses out in these streets. And that's just real. So, when I talk about the virtual housing hustle, I'm talking about the physical one that's going to be virtualized, What does the digital asset bring? How does that digital asset make revenue? Right? So again, let's go back to this company again, right? And I want you to understand what I'm looking for. I understand that there's a company called Fundrise. You may not know what it is. It is a company where you can invest in real estate portfolios. What I'm thinking is, what about a blockchain one? What would a blockchain one look like? What would it do? Why would I invest in the assets inside whatever that company would have? And then, is there a company out there doing that? Are they going to do that? Or is that the opportunity for, again, the tribe to build another app? But I don't want to build nothing if it already can be built by somebody else. I'd rather just leverage it. Sometimes you don't have to own the tech. You just need to be around the tech. Piggyback off the tech as a business. Like, I didn't want to be Microsoft, but I needed a desktop operating system to run all the software I needed, so I'll piggyback off of Microsoft. I don't want to be the OS. I'll use it for business. I don't want to be Photoshop. I'll use it for my business. I don't need to be every piece of software, but I will use it for my business. So I'm going to be looking for who's, all right, so let's start looking at some of these, right? So we know what we could potentially do. The kind of business. We can do tents on land. We can do earth houses with the properties. We can make studios ourselves with the properties. So we know there's plenty things other than come and be in my house, or you can have a cabin, right? You can buy these cabins and do the same thing, like have a cabin and have a studio in the cabin, or a barn or a farm or whatever, right? So hold on, let me just look. So what I want to do is look at the news again, and I like, of course, looking at anything from the last year. So let me go to tools, and I'm going to go give me the past year. Sort by, I'm going to do relevance. So blockchain and Unreal leads funding. Okay, so who are you funding? Novogratz for a virtual real estate firm. Okay, Republic Realm buys virtual real estate, a crypto asset. So there you go. Now we're looking at the fact that there are companies already built there are virtual real estate companies. So just like you buy real land and you have a real portfolio of assets, people are buying virtual land and having a real portfolio of assets. Insane, right? All right, so Decentralized. I know right now with the price of Decentralized, I actually want to buy some more as Bitcoin is pulling it down. I want to get some more some more mana. Okay, so that's one person that's doing that. Let's see. Is virtual land the next frontier in real estate? Real estate mogul holds blockchain, can clean up social media. Developers are bringing Bitcoin to the mainstream. Blockchain technology allows small-scale investors. All right, so 4 weeks ago, that's Africa News. Okay, interesting. I don't really see any news I can hang on to. So give me search results for the last year. I keep seeing this 1,000,000 acres. I can tell you right now, I'm not really feeling it. Just something seems like, yeah, I don't think it does what I'm thinking of. I don't think it actually does any real estate stuff. I think it just talks about it. How blockchain, let's see. Blockchain, again. It's just about the future of it. Blockchain in real estate commercials. What's the next in tech? Blockchain and real estate. That seems like it's a Rocket Homes. NFTs and tokenization. 6 ways. All right, let's go back to that article. Let's go here and actually look at some of these and see if they're still around. Let's start there. Property Club, right? Is this still around? Well, what is Property Club? How it's using blockchain. People market, search, and buy properties using smart contracts. The company conducts real estate transactions digitally using cryptocurrencies. Okay, so basically if you want to, it's just you can purchase. So I can purchase in Bitcoin, right? Interesting. I don't really see that, but you may not be still doing that anymore. Manage Go. All right, let's see what that is. Okay. Smarter all-in-one tool for property managers. Rent payments, maintenance tickets, rentals and leasing, front desk, and concierge. So, software. Interesting. Features. It really doesn't talk about blockchain at all. Ticket-based support, status, third party, how it works. Yeah, it doesn't even talk about blockchain or blockchain tech. That's wild. See, this is what I mean when I said that certain technology, how you use the technology, cloud documents, that's interesting. I gotta look at it. Yeah, it's just basically that they use it on the back end. They don't even talk about it on the front end. Ticketing, yeah, it's just they're using the technology is woven into their business, so you don't see it. How is blockchain? Real Blocks uses blockchain to create new avenues for real estate investment. Okay, here we go. There's one. Finally. Okay, let's see if we've got it. If it's still here, it still seems to be here. I'll accept your damn things. All right. Assets under management. Assets under management for 2023. Real Blocks. Okay. About Real Blocks. Learn. Contact us. Doesn't seem like it's one of those you can just buy in and see. Again, this is why I look at certain businesses, man. Like people who use the old way of doing their business and put it into the new technology and slow up everything. Like, look, this is how I can get into an investment. I can just log in and get started. These people want me to go through a bunch of other shit. That's not gonna work. That's not how. No. So we're gonna just let that one go because I ain't doing all that. Did I close it out? Damn. Wait, what did I do? What What did I do? Real estate blockchain. Oh, I was looking at that list, wasn't I? Yep, that's what I was doing. Okay, got it. All right, so then let's go to the next one. Allows commercial property owners to sell digital shares of their stuff. Really? Can they? Or is you just telling me some other ish, right? We're looking for somebody that's actually going to do that. And this thing is slow. So that's not a good look for y'all. Because Google doesn't like slow things. And they're not even there no more. So let's just go ahead and close that out. Because my internet's still working and y'all are still here. So we're still fine. So no. Revolution Real Estate, how it works. Buy tokens. All right. So that's an easy way to do it. Token store, Ether Delta, as seen in all the places that you can buy all the advertising you want. All right, what is it? Reality token. Two parties transact. Smart managers. Blah 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 blah. 2017. So they started in 2017. So the last crash, and they're still around. Did a pre-sale. ICO. So they have a token. So they have reality tokens. All right. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one, all right? Let's take a look at it. Give me a moment. Un momento. Go here. Go here. What was the RLTY? RLT. Well, it's nowhere to be found. Ether Delta. Yeah, I mean, tells me I could buy them. Can't get them there. Yeah, this is one of those that because... Yeah, I would say no on this one. It's no. Your coins are nowhere. You're still doing nothing. At this point in time, just like everything else I tell y'all, if I'm going to invest in something, I want to know it's ready now. Like blockchain is at a point, and this one's gone. Hold on, let's see if they just lost that one page. Nope, this company's gone. That's what I told you. I told you. This is how you know companies. But you'll see in 2022 next year what companies can survive the crash of December. December's crash, man. We'll see. So here we go. Property, multiple transactions. See the plan. What does Property do? Property is a real estate marketplace that uses smart contracts to enact international property transactions. Buyers and sellers and agents to use a series of smart contracts that help speed up the real estate process, one that is often hindered by international legalities. All right, so this is an international trade platform. That's kind of interesting. Pretty daggone interesting. What's the pricing? What are they talking about? Individual agents. So if you're an agent and you want to sell, you can use their product to get it out. Offer management, transaction management. Certified, crypto certified agent course. Crypto for real estate is here. A crypto certified agent. Interesting. Crypto for real estate, digital wallet stuff. Oh wow, they have a basic. See, this is what I tell y'all. I say companies that have a digital strategy and a physical strategy, physical also meaning services, are going to win. These people are just teaching basic ass crypto and telling you you're going to get a course, and there it is. You can't be certified for crypto. I don't know where this certification comes from, but you can't be certified. A certified crypto agent, really? Really? Maybe a certified crypto agent in their agency. That makes sense for a certification here to say you're a certified, but to be certified someplace else, come on now. I'll make me a certified crypto agent. So let's stop it. So yeah, that's something. It's not what I'm looking for. Slice gives smaller investors a chance to invest. So there we go. Are you gonna do it? See, people are just not trying to compete, y'all. People are just not trying to compete in that market. This market is huge. I don't understand why they don't get it. I guess they don't get the other side of the hardware game of the business. This looks to be dead too. I'm gonna let it load. Compliance platform for tokenization. That's not something I need. Not the compliance. And TokenB, and that doesn't even have a link. So Shelter Zoom to manage all aspects of real estate. Offer and acceptance. This is, nope, site's gone there. And this one's working fine. DocuWalk. So basically, they're using the technology on the back end, and it's not something that you need to know up front. You're just doing business. See, as I said, blockchain, contract signatures, all that. Blockchain just being used as a utility, not some real wild, crazy ish. Blockchain is getting real functional. You're just going to be a blockchain business that uses the data in a real time way. Like, do I have a database that I can do real time, real world data with? Yes, if I can build it myself, or if I can utilize some other company that has something. Net objects, digital twin automation on demand. Using AI, IoT, and blockchain, we power smart connected products and digital economies. Edge devices and platforms. Tracking, tracing, and monitoring. So, again, another product to be able to get people into blockchain and it becoming ambiguous. Streetwire creates a secure transaction solution for real estate industry. So that's a payment. Crypto properties or CPROP builds blockchain data applications that focus on the new opportunities in the real. Let me look at that too. So let's just open up all these and take a look. We went there already. Streetwise, real estate data direct. Live stream of real estate information straight from the individuals and organizations who create it. Okay, and it's one of those locked behind a paywall, or by not a paywall, by this is whenever you go to a website and you don't have nothing but a contact form to contact, it typically means it costs way too much money for you to care. So I just automatically move on. Blockchain real estate technology, that's a CPROP one, cprop.io. Okay, creating blockchain enabled applications in the real estate and fintech sectors. So they're a real estate building company. They develop the solution. So if you were looking to develop a solution and you didn't have the resources to do it, the team to do it, you could hire a team to do it. All right, that's cool. Not what I'm looking for either. It's using blockchain, a real estate platform that decentralizes and encrypts data using blockchain. Listing agents directly. Okay, let's see. And if it's like this, That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. We're making exciting updates. It'll be back online soon. In the meantime, escrow commons, a place to securely transfer funds between counterparties. I guess that's the new business. Is escrow commons now. Compound synthetics, chain link the data. Okay, so it's a data play for them. Gotcha. Crypto Reality Group. That's not it either. See, I'm showing you something. I'm doing this on purpose, and I know it's freaking boring, y'all. But I'm doing this on purpose. I want you to see that an entire segment of the market died in a year, or they couldn't get their stuff together, and they're still from here. There was, on that was the best they had to offer of real estate and blockchain. So this is not going to be something that seems to be ready to roll right now. So where we're at with real estate is, if you're dealing with how you can make money with real estate, my suggestions would be what we've already talked about then. Because I've gone through, I don't see any real blockchain-based crypto plays that I would trust to do right now. I would look at, like we talked about, if you look at where you are in your cash flow quadrant, I typically am a business owner / investor. I used to be an employee who was self-employed. I would do my work. I take my money to buy the software I needed to do my projects at home, like my Photoshop and all the other stuff that I need to do work at home, or Dreamweaver or coding software, to then be able to start managing a team, whether it be remote workers or whatever, and investing in technology and or software that helps me do my business. Now with that, I take some of my profits and I put it in other places, whether it be investments or interest or REITs, real estate investment trusts. You can put it inside, like I said, Fundrise for $1,000. They do their portfolio thing that can earn for you right there. You can earn in markets. Right? You can earn in the stock market in real estate. Get dividends from stock plays. So there's ways for you to do it that way. And of course, you can do it the hard-lined way, which is buy the place that you want to live in for a while. Upgrade it from, work from inside it, earning revenue, and then hire good people to do the work. Don't try to do the work yourself. Hire good people to do the work. Get it done while you're in it. And then once you're done, make sure that it earns revenue while you're in it. Make sure that you have a secure way that you, outside of the home, to be able to get access. It's waterproof and whatever. And then then you now can have a money generating system built at your location. And just have it running. And you can go to the house and check on it whenever it's down. Now you don't have to be inside the house to do that. You just lock it up from the outside. Just use like lock boxes or lock cages, waterproof locked environments. Plenty of those, right? For electronic equipment. Make sure you also waterproof. Make sure you have good cooling. So there's a lot of things to think about, especially during the summertime, and moving parts and fans and all that other stuff. So definitely got to think about all of those things. Airbnb, vacation. Let's see. Hold on. So, yeah, for real estate, that's that. So that's the physical real estate hustle, right? That's the physical one. I'm going to close out this entire flow of information because we're going to move on to another one. And that's going to be the digital real estate hustle. But it's not going to be that long. Reason why is because we've already talked about this. I've already done videos on this already. So you just have to look back at those other videos for the most part. But I am going to pull up, hold on. ToxicHustle. Actually, no. Not my magazine. Do 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 do. No. Give me a second. Give me one moment. I'm just trying to. There we go. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Sensorium, EDM, entertainment. I'm just looking at the live stream of the data that's in VR right now. Because again, I believe virtual real estate is the next canvas to paint in, as far as you're looking at revenue streams. So Facebook, we know, has Oculus Rift. So again, if you have people that are on Facebook already, and Facebook has a cryptocurrency coming, you're starting to see where I'm formulating with this. So, and Facebook's cryptocurrency, that's going to be a stable coin, right? One word, okay. Facebook-backed Diem aims to launch a digital Yep, it's going to be a stable coin. So it's going to be pegged to $1. All right, so they want to be able to have some type of digital currency. It's going to be Diem that circulates through their virtual world, and that's how you'll earn and sell and buy goods. Again, I'm telling y'all, it's coming. Right? So that's also virtual real estate, right? Because you could have all types of things in like Disney. Like what will Disneyland of the future look like? See? So again, being able to have like, okay, think of it this way. Do you remember the video game that you could be able to build out your own amusement park? What if you could really do that in a virtual way and have somebody sit on a ride and experience that ride, right? And people want to come to your virtual funland. Viewers swim with the Pacific salmon. So like virtual vacations, virtual vacation destinations, virtual vacation experiences like horror rooms or escape rooms or virtual movie experiences, like where you can virtually be a participant in a scene of a show or something like that. Versions VR of our future. Do 3D virtual events work? So yeah, we're looking at, they're still trying to, some gaming, some work talk. So we can, all right, so now let's look at virtual world, right? Is that one? Virtual reality, virtual world. Virtual world does not exist. Virtual worlds does not exist. All right, I guess not. Augmented reality. There we go. Oh, how you gonna tell me there's no augmented reality and you gave me augmented reality? Come on now, stop that. Now I gotta look and see if those other words are actually right. Snapchat partners with Very Shop to launch a new e-commerce portal. Okay, so you or somebody wearing the clothes and being able to see it probably. Scale a 50-foot climbing wall with Olympic climber in augmented reality. HaptX raises another 12 million for high-tech gloves. So that's a company. That's an investing opportunity, potentially, maybe, or investing in the gloves and being able to make content, right, for the virtual world. So again, when you look at virtual real estate, you've got to look at what interacts in the virtual real estate that you're going to have. Virtual characters. Well, how do those virtual characters move and flow? What do they wear? So all of those things, you're now a part of the creative process of it, not just the land and the land grab. That's one way of thinking about it. But again, it's what else is happening on the land that you can earn from. You can have a land that has specific animations that they could only do on your land. And you could sell the animations for that, and people will buy them because they know to go on vacation on your land and experience it the right way, they've got to have the animations. See? What's next? Snap buys another company, Snap, that's Snapchat. They're an augmented reality company now with their glasses. Yep, Snap. Pokemon Go. Again, that's something that can end up being in the blockchain space. Tavasaw's augmented reality virtual place bank branch. Okay. You're going to replace a virtual bank? So you're going to go into a virtual banking? See? Snap acquires 3D augmented reality solutions provider Vertebrae for undisclosed sum. They were doing something in the warehouse sector. So, like I said, Italian museums are using artificial intelligence cameras to determine if people like the art. Posing your character the way you want. Okay, that's animations. That's what we just talked about. Business. The Snapchat's showing you another virtual business. All right. Augmented reality, gaming terms and video game slang. Explain the future of online gaming. And so augmented reality, selling of assets and products. My old company getting into the augmented reality front, huh? They need to do something. See what else we got. Let's see. Virtual real. Trying to see if real estate shows up. Reality headsets, virtual and digital, that's magazines. Virtual real estate, these are profiles. Well, let's just see what this has. No content. All right. So nothing really on virtual real estate itself. But you and I are virtual, we're not on virtual real estate, but we understand what virtual real estate is as far as when you think of games and gaming and what gaming is going to be or is on its way to being. So let's look at a couple companies, right? Gala Games is on my radar. I haven't been talking about them, but they are on my radar. I will probably do more of a high-end expose of them. But again, they have multiple games that they're launching out. I'm trying to be the back-end infrastructure of their actual... you can get nodes. So I'm actually trying to get a node. I want to buy a node so that I can get into this and start earning for these games and start being a part of the infrastructure, the hardware of the gaming. So that's when I say real estate. Again, I'm saying, what if I get commercial real estate and I'm getting mining hardware? What if I put a mining facility up? Now my mining facility is nothing more than a warehouse that now generates more income than any other quote-unquote warehouse in its near vicinity. Get it? For the same piece of land, for the same piece of real estate, I take hardware and earn more money. Now, what do I need to do? Since I have a good piece since I want a piece of commercial real estate, what do I want? Well, I'm going to want a piece of real estate where I got good airflow and good wind. Maybe I have enough land area for me to put up solar and solar panels on my roof, as well as around in the surrounding areas, especially if I have land, so I can generate electricity that can be used for my mining facility. And if my mining facility isn't making money like I want in crypto, like things are not looking so great in crypto, especially in a summertime, well, right now, while electricity is at a premium, I could resell it back to the grid for profit. Get it? How we treat any piece of real estate. Like, I'm talking about gaming right now, but I'm talking about the hardware that I want to put in that's going to help a company like this scale out. Instead of me buying Bitcoin miners, I buy nodes for companies that I can be the infrastructure for, or build it out myself to be the infrastructure for. If you can do these things, then that gets you revenue. You now turn real estate into profit without people. Except the people that I need to come in to work on computers, right? So instead of you driving to work to sit at a computer, you'd be driving to work to potentially having to build a computer or fix a computer or upgrade a computer or fix some piece of hardware that's glitching the hell out. We have to physically touch the machines. If we don't need to physically touch the machines, or we're not physically building a new machine, or we're not doing some in configuration that needs to be there, the machines can just sit there by themselves and earn money. This is where we're heading. So let me just look at one last thing, and then let me check one thing. It's augmented. I want to check the real estate news straight up. Right? So I just want to get a summary or a view of what's going on in real estate right now. And I believe like land is just being bought up and prices are not. Home buyers aren't seeing savings from falling lumber prices. So cost for lumber has gone down, but there's a lot of other things that are costing money. Labor is costing money. Scarcity of labor force is costing money. Extra hours and overtime is costing money. This family, I don't know who that is. Is this that New York thing where a Native American family is getting their yes. A Native family is getting their land back. From the beach that was sold off for trinkets. Yeah, they got the land back. They returned the land. So like that's happening a lot, y'all. I actually want to put this in Strength of a Nation. Absolutely. All right. So anyway, most expensive apartment in the UK costs even more than you think. Really? How much is the most expensive house in the UK? I was telling somebody this, and I was telling one of the guys that was working on one of the homes, and he was sitting there saying, "Hey, you know, real estate. What was he saying? He was saying, oh, you know, there's no problem. Like real estate's it's always gonna go up, and real estate is like it's not a problem to get into real estate." And I was like, well, it is if nobody's gonna sell off. Well, everybody's always gonna sell. I was like, no, not everybody's gonna sell. Property values are shooting up so damn high that you can't keep up. Right, so currently it's on sale for $175 million. or 206 million in US dollars, 175 pounds. Or 206 million in this is your dollar. Like I said, our dollar is not worth the dollar. There's a little bit of a proof that your dollar is not worth a dollar. There, Candy. Well, at least it's owned by somebody in their country. All right, so yeah, the real estate prices are still ridiculously high. They can't really come down because they can't sell them at a loss, and then the next person needs to sell it at a loss, and people are just now holding it because it just makes sense. Interest rates are free falling. People were getting, now that they want people to get these loans on their homes, taking out the equity. So if your interest rates are so low, interest rates are low everywhere. There's nowhere to earn interest. So we can't earn no interest. So interest rates on what you make at the bank and interest rates on everything is low because there's no way to earn quote unquote interest. The price of renting a house is exploding for everyone who can't afford to buy. So cost of rent is going up. Metal shipping container house on sale in Texas. So again, different ways that you can take things to make homes if you decide to do the Airbnb thing. That's why I look at this random news that the AI gives me. Miami developer known as the Condo King lists private estate for $33 million. Actually, let me flip that in here. Can't afford to buy. I need to put this into Real Estate Watcher. Flip. Metal shipping container and Real Estate Watcher. Flip. Morgan Stanley. Thinking that things are about to crash. Okay. None of this has to do with real estate, so I don't know why it's on my list. Condo fatigue. $30 million. Housing starved San Francisco fines a developer $1.2 million for building too many units. But they're housing starved. Isn't housing starved means that there's not enough housing for people, but somebody's getting fined a whole bunch of money for building? That doesn't make any damn sense to me, but okay. See, that's what I'm saying. This is some bobo-ish. This is some bobo-ish. Let me just take a look at this. Just so I can try to wrap my head around. The city approved developers' plan for a 10-unit complex. Okay, they built 29 homes instead. Oh, bait and switch. So there was supposed to be a 10-unit complex. They built 29 homes instead. Now, some of those illegal units have to be dismantled. Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. That makes sense. They went scalping. They were scalping. Gotcha. So they scalped to get some more money because they knew. Yeah, okay, I got what they did. Okay. Houston plummets in coveted rank of best places to live. A lot of places are going to drop in rank because it's just the cost of living is too high and people are not getting enough jobs. The jobs are becoming automated, right? The fall of Manhattan's Astor Marketplace. So again, real estate is not doing as good. Shuts its doors. Kmart. Yeah, so Kmart. Well, okay. That was going bye-bye anyway. Is the mystery buyer behind... See? Billionaire Joe Tsai is the mystery buyer behind $157 million of Manhattan apartment deal. They're getting deals on a whole apartment for 157 million. 157 for a whole apartment. A whole apartment. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. We all need lawyers in the office, says bank. Definitely not freaking out about commercial real estate portfolio. Uh yeah. They're not somebody will buy. That's why they're not freaking out. Red hot US property market to get further boost when lifting of travel restrictions allows foreign buyers back. See? Telling you everybody's holding all they just can't fly in to get the land. Net worth, historic property, tower apartments listed for sale, building a house around Columbus. Don't know why that's there. It has nothing to do with real estate. Construction of new homes improves. Still struggle lack of labor. Yeah. Metro Denver records second biggest jump in supply of homes for sale. So Denver has a bunch of properties for sale right now. I'm just skimming through looking for anything that jumps out. Interesting. I've been seeing WeWork and the We company showing up on my radar. I need to look and see whether or not a lot of their properties are being leveraged off for sale. That's a lot of commercial real estate. They're one of the largest commercial real estate property owners. So I know this whole Rona thing has hurt them industry wise because you have to have companies coming into work and coming into your location, especially if it's like business shared locations. So I actually want to see whether or not their properties are available. That might be an offloading of property if you're looking at commercial real estate. Storefront registry helped the level of playing field for commercial tenants. Yeah, a lot of New York tenants or business owners are leaving. And one big one just won a case on the right to repair. New York a robot will fetch owners' cars under the Seattle condo. So robot drivers getting your cars now. Okay. App lets you rent private pools in Denver. Renting a pool now, huh? Uh-huh. No, I'm going to put that down now. Because now you're talking about I can rent a pool. Who says a pool ain't good for your property? Some sellers are bumping up the asking price after they list. You got to watch out for that. Would new 26 billion be a North Shore highlight? Staten Island's doing some building. A cottage in Chicago. Lake Tahoe Estate on acres for 8.6 million. Red Cross building being gutted. So a lot of dilapidated buildings are up on the market as well. Okay, so again, why am I doing this? I'm kind of just looking at, and again, just surveying some things. Orlando company buys a downtown Alsace building, so popular suburbs for relocating, so people leaving. So I'm just looking at what's being talked about. A lot of relocation, a lot of businesses closing. So that means property or commercial property. I'm seeing a lot of commercial property news. So what am I looking at? So I'm looking at, I really need to start looking more at commercial property. There might be some really big deals that I can get some really decent warehousing or warehouse space or office space at a low. And if I can get that office space and I can put machinery in there and I can secure the machinery and I can earn revenue on it, okay, now I just have to look at heating and cooling and making sure that the place is not going to like run me a lot to keep cool, because, you know, the South is the South and heat is heat. Bankrupt hotel, right? So again, commercial real estate. 800 stores looted, 100 malls damaged. So I wouldn't, this is South Africa, but again, I wouldn't be getting into the physical sales business. Like for anything that's going to deal with any crime, like any theft, anything that people can steal from you, I wouldn't be getting, or even employees that can steal from you. I wouldn't get into any physical item-based business unless it was food industry. Brooklyn real estate 6 months later. Blah, 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 red alert. Why you should be drinking. That has nothing to do with real estate. Housing starts to climb. Material shortage. Another month, another record. Southern Cal home prices hit an all-time high. Again, certain places, the real estate prices are shooting through the roof. Foreclosure. People are now clamoring to rent tiny condos. Okay, so condos, flipping condos, renting condos. So what condos are in buildings that people are trying to get out of, but you can't, you know, but are in buildings or in places and locations that is getting better. Five-figure stoves. So, okay, so evidently stoves are important inside homes if you're doing real estate, right? Commercial real estate lending startup. Commercial real estate lending. Again, we're showing you that the news seems to be talking about, when I just put, it's just real estate, but the news that I'm getting from the trained AI is talking about commercial real estate. Apartments, get storing roll. Apartments, renting. California home prices hit 5th straight record as sales soar. California sales are soaring. In California, like the place that has like the most exodus happening now, the real estate prices are up, and homeless is increasing as well. So I don't get it. Who's buying the homes? Right? Who's buying the homes, and why is the home staying off the market? Record prices per acre. Small land sales continue to take off in Texas. Told y'all, land grab. Mammoth real estate investment shows improved relative price performance. Apartments to keep affordable. Charlotte commits $1 million more. They're trying to keep apartments affordable. They're not going to be able to. We have to raise the amount of money we make, because think about it this way, and it's crazy. Think about it this way. This is how stupid this is. This is the dummy mission. The city is going to lower the cost, or try to keep the cost of living low, which means they're going to subsidize these homes to make this happen. All the while, the employees that fill these homes don't make enough money really to pay for this, and you control, if they don't have a job or they lost a job, you're paying them a check and you're paying for the subsidy. You get the dummy mission on this? Then, okay, so the government, when you do like Section 8 or any of that, the government basically says, you're only going to charge this person X amount of money. Let's say $80, right? You charge them $80. The person that's living there gets $80. The government's going to print you some money and give you some padded money to keep that person in the home. That's why I said we're in a Ponzi scheme. Where did the money get printed that get the subsidy of the apartment? This is the dummy mission. This is why those projects fail, because it's a Ponzi scheme that continues to fail. We have to jump out the Ponzi scheme. We have to move way out of it. All right, so office conversion in the home stretch at the West Side Pavilion at Macy's. So, all right, office conversion. So they convert something to an office building. Okay. A former West Side Macy's, so a former retail, is now an office building, commercial space. See? Kids Keeper's 6-story office building. Double housing or multiple units. Why? Because if you get a double housing unit, right? You get a mortgage, you put some money down. The person that's in house number 1, so let's say these are 2 homes connected to each other. The person in house number 1 pays for the mortgage. The person in house number 2 pays you your profit. If you got a little bit of profit here, you've got extra profit here. You can use that money to invest and make money. And when this home, and then if this home gets empty, of course you got to put somebody in. If both homes are empty, nothing's earned. And this is why I say that we have to look at real estate as how is now the home also able to earn money without anybody in it. So this way, if they don't want to be there and they want to move on to someplace else, that's fine. You can move on. Thank you. We appreciate the rental that you stayed. We give you back your deposit and then move on. And now think about this as well. The deposit that you get for the home that you now can get a deposit and earn interest on the deposit and give a portion of that interest to the person and kick out an interest payment to the person that paid you the deposit. So imagine you have multiple properties giving you some money and they stay with you for a few years. You basically have some money for free to earn interest on. Float. It's a beautiful thing. Y'all should definitely read Warren Buffett's book, The Snowball. It teaches you about float. New U.S. home building jumps. So they're building homes, but we have a shortage of homes. And we have people that can't afford homes. Sellers get 7 offers for a corner unit. So yeah, it's like real estate is... So yeah. The business of real estate is what we know. I didn't do this to be a crypto / against virtual, against physical. I just came at this thinking, what does it look like? What will the structure of our finance systems, our real estate systems look like with blockchain involved? What can you do with it? I showed you what you can do with the real estate, how you can turn it into multiple things. Earth home. You can earn, you can Airbnb. We can look at whatever blockchain companies in the future will be able to be the next Airbnb. But you also do have Airbnb, right? So you have some physical things to do. I showed you how you can make money in damn near anything, that even selling precious stones, right? Showed you how you make money with precious stones. There's your physical. You can turn that back into digital. Like, what are things like? If anything else, you can put it in Bitcoin, right? If nothing else, you can put it in Bitcoin, or you can put it in Ethereum and earn interest, or you can put it on Coinbase, put it with a stable coin and earn 2%, or put it with a stable coin when it gets higher and earn 4%. Because they said it'll be 4%, or put it in another exchange or someplace else, another wallet, and earn your percentages. Like, we've just got to understand that how we look at virtual real estate, how we look at physical real estate, how we look at physical properties, how we look at music properties, how we look at artistic property is all still property that can earn. All of it will be fractionalized. All of it will be put on chain. From that, you can potentially get paid for securing the data. Again, more real estate plays. Physical to virtual real estate plays is the hosting of servers and miners like Bitcoin miners, Ethereum miners, Dogecoin miners, if that's your thing. Wi-Fi mining, 5G mining, right? All of those things. The rise of decentralized real estate business, it's not here yet. We looked. There might be something hidden, but again, that would be a novelty. And since there's no main leader, I would say that you stick to the tried and trues that are working, right? The real estate REITs, I would stick with your purchasing of your real estate if you want to purchase real estate by living in it and upgrading it to be some type of business asset for the future. And then you can always Airbnb it. Just make sure you're choosing the right locations. Don't just choose real estate to choose real estate. Choose real estate near things that people are going to want to visit. Choose real estate that is within realm of them visiting other places. Like sometimes people can't get hotels and people want to still go someplace, and maybe you're a half hour outside of a particular place people like to go. Well, then go get yourself a Google map, right? And do a range. Or no, here's a trick. Go to here's a hack, right? Go to Zillow, right? I don't know. I think it's ZILW. I think it's something like that. Yep. Right. So go here, and let's take a zip code like 30094, right? For rent. So this is in. No, this is Norcross. CRC. Just can't spell for nothing. Okay, so now we've got Norcross. So there we go. So let me do this. Get out of the way, man. This is annoying. I want to do Norcross, Georgia. Okay, there we go. That way it actually puts me there. All right, so there you got your. So let's say I'm in here. Does it do it? It doesn't do it anymore. See, before you could have like a range and just say, give me something within a 2-mile radius or a 10-mile radius. So you can't do that on Zillow anymore. What's other to do? Find an apartment. Find house. Rent. Zillow rent. Okay, Trulia. There we go. Trulia. So let's say I want to do Norcross, Georgia. Right? So now you pull up Norcross, and then do you have a way to more square feet, keywords? Yeah, again, it's not going to give me that. So evidently I can't do it here. You could probably do it on Google. But again, if you even just do a zone, you can just lock in on a zone. Once you're locked in on a zone, you can sit there and kind of like see what kind of properties you're dealing with. Like I actually would be looking for not to like, but also looking at your rental prices, right? So I'll be looking at the rental prices of the places that are there, which some of these rental prices is insane. And then I would be looking at then switching over to buy homes in that zone. And then from the home buys, I now look to see how I'm going to make my purchases that fit getting into the rental structure. And then let's say I have this rent, right? Now, let's say you got this big ass house and this person's like, okay, well, I'm not, if you just have a regular home, who really wants to rent a house like this just for a house? I say, what if I took this house and changed it into something else where part of it had like a studio and this and the third? So now you have something else to go into this house for if you wanted to rent it, right? So again, if I had somebody that had a show that was working out of it and they had a full-fledged studio built into it, well, now I could sit there and get a premium price over the people that are in the comps in the area. Just a thought, right? So I just want to show you just another hustle that you can think about with how you can take this physical space and really do some more virtual adaptions that can make you money, right? Thinking of your housing for more than just housing. All right, so that's it, man. We've looked at the space. You know, I told you this is my play starting probably next year after this cycle is over. I'll be looking at commercial real estate, looking more at other physical things that I can buy into, that I can now take some of the crypto profits from November, that's going to happen this November, and put them into physical assets. So, because again, we know we're going to have, after this crash happens in December, like it happened last time, crypto gets real boring. And what we do with the boring time is we take assets, and like I told you, US dollar tether is pegged to $1, so it's basically $1. So I've got money earning interest while all of this is red. You see, all of this is in profit. $59 of profit, right? On $130 something on a coin that's done 24%, but it's earned me 42%. This is what your bot playing in a longer stretch of time does for you, right? And even on Coinbase, same thing. Let me just hit refresh real quick so that you can see it's live. Even at Coinbase pulling 8% with a sea of red. 0% here, earned 20%, still made $20. 5% here, negative 5%, still earned 8% and $17. So you can still earn money with your robots. Link in the description below. Get your robots rolling. Start getting them performing. Start tweaking them. I show you how to tweak. I show you everything. Link in the description. Again, all the training, sentiment analysis, sentiment charting, all of that is in the description. I'm doing 90 grid lines now on, so I can have longer trading time, or 60 if that's all I can do, right? 60 lines, that's the lines you see here, so that I can have a longer stretch of time that this trades, and this can be as boring as it wants to be. I'll wait, because it's the time, you're playing a time game. How fast did it spike? It spiked in a year's time. It spikes up after a halvening event, right? Halvening, run up. Halvening, you see how short that is. You see how long it is. We still haven't finished our full run. So we had a halvening. We still have time. Right now, we're teetering at the purple line. It's not going to break that purple to go all the way down to the next purple. Like, that's just not going to happen. If anything, it would get 26 and go back up. But I don't, this is a substantial line, which means it has a substantial lot of cash. And this is the time that, like I said, I am accumulating, because as I told you, these dips were happening. And I told you before they happened that these happening. This systematically is one of the biggest pumps of the year for the coin. This is another one. This is what's in the system. It's just what it does. Just like it pulls it down in June and July. This is the June-July dip. It's been seasonal every June and July, except for when you have run-ups that just happen because we're in a halvening cycle. Started a halvening cycle, and when you're supposed to have dips, we have spikes because it's just a difference because we're in a new cycle, a new run-up cycle. Well, this run-up cycle has dipped points. It dipped in the points we said it was, and it will shoot up hopefully by the end of the week. Hopefully by next week, we should start seeing the run-up. Of course, we do have another dip coming, and then, of course, 2 more run-ups. Like I said, 100K is our number. So at the end of this cycle, when the cycle's over, like I said, we're going to be holding it in US dollar coin, US dollar tether, earning interest on our coins, 2% or 4% or whatever on that, and just letting it ride. We will buy back into crypto when the cycle fleshes itself out, which will be about March or, I mean, we could get back in, say, June. But I'll probably start getting back in February, April. So I can start really digging into stuff as they dip and then grabbing up some stuff as they dip, as they grab up some stuff. Because this November dip, right? See, I can even tell we're in November dip, right? Where it's going to dip in November. January dip. It's always a dip in January too. So just get ready, y'all. If you have any last minute deals you're trying to grab, this is an accumulation point, and that's why we're here. We need more digits on the accumulation point. They're forcing the market down because they know that there's dip points here anyway. They force the market down to accumulate because they know the run-up's coming. So I'm just getting my last bit of deals. Like I said, I told you they only have these last few weeks to kind of do their work. And now we're at that last point between here, the 26th, and the 2nd of August are big times for run-up. Tomorrow we have news from Elon Musk. This is why I'm looking at today to buy as much as I can. I think that this is going down for buy-up right now because, again, Elon Musk is getting ready to talk tomorrow. So it's funny how tomorrow that there's a big Bitcoin event with Elon Musk, and we are teetering on a serious monthly low. I think the surge is getting ready to come. I think the bullet's about to shoot up. B word. If we look at what's coming out right now, I told you between now and August 2nd, we got some major stuff. Look at Ethereum. Again, I'm looking at what's going to cause this to happen. What did I say? Between here and here, we have a run-up. Between here, July 26th, this week till this week, and here, July 26th to August 2nd, right? So around the August 2nd time frame. August 2nd time frame for a run-up would then put this right smack dab right where it needs to be for that August 2nd / 2 days later, right? So, and it's Ethereum, right? Ethereum is going to launch the run-up. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on all this. I'm just waiting for this surge to happen. But we also have the B word, the Bitcoin talk getting ready to happen. And that's on the 21st, which is tomorrow. So it's such a coinky-dink that today, before the big talk with Elon Musk, the man that helped this happen, all of a sudden, the day before the talk, the market is down like a mug, right? Yeah. You think it's being played like a fiddle? So this and this are going to do great things for the market. Then the testnet, that's more talk, okay. 16th, that's too long to worry about. June 23rd, that's too long to worry about. Oh, whoa, there we go. That's something close, right? Right around the 2nd. It's official for the legal tender of Bitcoin. That's funny that it's right around that time zone. Everything's launching a certain time, huh? All right. And that's not, no. Okay, so there's your what's about to happen early enough to potentially support this happening. Right? Because I'm going into, I can't use technical analysis right now because I know manipulation is in play. Right? I know manipulation is in play on the wallet that is holding over 10,000 Bitcoin or over $300 million. And they're playing this market. This is not Bart Simpson's head, or Dilbert, whatever you want to call it, is not a regular move. This stairway to heaven slam is not a regular move. This cog to a spike is not a regular move. These are all manipulation plays, and you see it's being held down. This hold down point has been a hold down the market point. And when it wasn't working down here, they slam it down further. But this has been the level that they've been keeping it on the level. This is the level that they want. This is one of the longest levels that they've had, short of like a couple spikes here. This is one of the longest levels they've had in quite some time. So this level they're holding for a while. Now, as I said, I don't think, since it's not going any lower, it means they're not triggering for a lower drop. I don't see a lower drop. I mean, I have to wait to see what tomorrow looks like because I don't only get today's numbers, but I don't see a lower drop. So I see, what do you see? We needed to touch one more time because this was the only space that we had this data to prove this was where we wanted to, where we were. Before we get up here and need to start testing this one again, because we're going to need to test this again before we break up, we need to test this one more time. We've tested it again. We've touched it. I don't think we've touched it yet. Yeah, we haven't touched it yet. I think we're going to want to touch it one more time, just to touch it. I think that's what the system wants. And system wants what the system gets what the system wants. So just expect that. Get ready to make your purchases this afternoon and keep it popping, my pimpin'. Keep it popping, my pimpins. And as always, I want to tell y'all, please, please, please be safe out on these streets. And I'll be talking to you real soon.